afternoon. This is the knitting news from Knit Up and Teesside for Thursday the 6th of February 2020. Knitting on Thursday, Fee was working on a little mitered square project which was for her little doggy. Now she's already made a little doggy a bee outfit. And now she was kind of like doing her own methods, and it wasn't working at first, but then it was. So all these little squares are all different colours. It'll be bright and cheerful. Petrina was making her Stephen West shawl. She was working on that. And she was purling, but she was concentrating very much on purling because she had to be very careful not to start knitting. So it was relatively easy but needed concentration. Maggie, and another thing about Petrina is when I was saying that she was making a shawl, well, it was actually two different shawls, but it was top secret. So the other shawl that she made was for her daughter, and she made a woolly worm hat, a woolly wormhead hat, and the hat and the shawl were designed by different people, but they just looked like a matching set. So she'd chosen a grey background with a bit of a sparkle, and then there was short row shaping that made like little eye shapes, and they were all in different bright colours. And the hat was worked sideways, so it had like shapes going down it as it went round. And they've been, now the cat's out of the bag, and they've been gifted and very much appreciated. So now she's back to her Stephen West, which she's concentrating on purling on. Maggie, well, she did a little bit of work on her shawl, stargazing or stargazer shawl, and she also did a little bit of work on a Kate Davies cardigan, and it's a different cardigan than the other cardigan that I mentioned, and it's called Scatness, and it's kind of mainly cream, short sleeved with a yoke in different colours, and the different colours are picked up again in the rib at the bottom. So she's done the rib at the bottom, so it's multicoloured rib, and then it's just going to be plain cream until she gets up to the top. And she's going to steek it, and it's all in the round. Peppermint. Andrea was working on doing some surgery on a previously completed project, which is, I think it was a Caitlin Hunter sort of T-shape, like a t-shirt, and it's got lace around the bottom. It might have been Tegna, and well, what happened was that it has a slash neck, which was rather more suitable for maybe Sharon Davies or somebody like that. It was too low at the back of the neck, and it was like sliding off a bit. So she decided she was going to put it back on the needles and do something about it. So as this might have formed a bit of a ridge and been obvious, she decided to do a decorative row that picks up the stitches at the bottom. So she did some sort of yarn over and knit two together or something like that. And then she did some decreases. And it just looks like it's supposed to be like it is now. And she made a very good job of it, and I'm sure it'll be far more wearable. Sarah was working on her cardigan that's made up of little motifs, and she's got quite a lot done, but it's not finished yet. And with her she had two very crafty little beings. There was colouring in, reading, beading, all sorts of things happening, and embroidery, and they were very quiet as well. I was working on this, I think, which is more or less finished, apart from this is exorduim. apart from the little bits that haven't been stitched in. Though I may leave one, because most of my projects have an end somewhere up a sleeve that's not been sewn in. You know, just to be an archic or something like that. Very nice, isn't it? So I haven't blocked it and I haven't sewn all my ends in. And I have started a new one. And I've got shawl fever, so it's another shawl.